Dear students, I welcome you all to the lesson 8 of Agriculture Biotechnology. In this lesson, we will discuss basic techniques of plant tissue culture. Before going into details of basic techniques of plant tissue culture, we must know that what is plant tissue culture. In previous lessons, we already discussed that plant tissue culture is a technique of growing plant cells, tissues, organs, seeds or other parts in a sterile environment on a nutrient medium. Even a single cell of plant can be cultured in vitro. Two conditions are necessary for plant tissue culture, that is sterile environment and nutrient medium. Sterile environment is necessary to avoid any type of contamination and nutrient medium is required for the growth of plant. Now we will discuss what are the basic steps of plant tissue culture. Firstly, selection of culture vessels, culturing media. Then we will discuss the sterilization technique, inoculation technique and how it is done. Then we will discuss the incubation and how long it is required for a particular type of species of plant. Then we will discuss induction of callus. Then we will discuss about morphogenesis, both organogenesis and embryogenesis. At the last we will discuss hardening. Firstly, we will discuss culture vessels. Different types of culture vessels are used in plant tissue culture. These include Petri plates, test tubes, magenta boxes, bottles and flasks. In the picture you can see plant tissue culture grown in Petri plates and in test tubes. Culture medium. The important media used for all-purpose experiment are MS media. The culture medium is closed with cotton plug or aluminium foil sheet, and the pH of medium is adjusted to 5.8. That is, acidic range of pH is required for culture medium. Now we will discuss what is the composition of culture medium. Usually nutrient medium is required, and nutrient medium depends on type of plant tissue or cell used for culture. Generally, nutrient medium consists of inorganic salts, both micro and macro elements. A carbon source, usually sucrose, is used. Secondly, vitamin, for example, nicotinic acid, thiamine and pyridoxine. Amino acids, for example, arginine, and growth regulators, for example, auxins. And optimum pH 5.7 is also very important in nutrient medium. Now we will discuss sterilization. Sterilization is a technique of making any instrument medium germ free. Sterilization methods used in tissue culture laboratory. All the materials, for example vessels, instrument, medium, plant material, etc. used in culture work must be freed from microbes, because these microbes can cause contamination and can disturb plant tissue culture. Now, sterilization techniques. Sterilization is achieved by one of the following approaches: dry heat treatment, flame sterilization, autoclaving, filter sterilization, whitening with 70% ethanol, surface sterilization. All these sterilization techniques can be used in plant tissue culture depending upon which type of material you are going to sterilize. Inoculation. Transfer of explant, that explant may be root, stem, leaf, etc. on a culture medium is called inoculation. The inoculation is carried out under aseptic conditions, for which an apparatus called laminar airflow chamber is used. Flamed and cooled forceps are used for transfer of plant material to different culture media kept in glasswares. Now, incubation. The culture medium with the inoculum is incubated at 26 to 28 degrees centigrade with a light intensity at 2000 to 4000 lux. Lux is a unit of intensity of light, and allowing photo period of 16 hours of light and 8 hours of darkness. These are the conditions which are necessary for incubation in plant tissue culture. Now we will discuss induction of callus. Due to activity of auxins and cytokinins, auxins and cytokinins both are growth regulators, the explant is induced to form callus. As we know that the callus is an unorganized mass of undifferentiated tissues. The mechanism of callus formation is that auxin induces cell elongation and cytokinin induces cell division, as a result of which mass of cells are formed. Now, what is morphogenesis? Formation of new organs from the callus under the influence of auxin and cytokinin is called morphogenesis. Roots and shoots are differentiated from the callus. Such embryos are called somatic embryos, result in the formation of young plantlet. Types of morphogenesis. There are two types of morphogenesis, that is organogenesis and embryogenesis. We will discuss both of these separately. Organogenesis. Formation of new organs such as shoot and root is known as organogenesis. The development of shoot from the callus is called coelogenesis and formation of root is called rhizogenesis. Embryogenesis. Formation of embryo, that is bipolar structure having shoot and root from the callus, is called embryogenesis. These embryos arise from somatic callus tissue and are called somatic embryos or embryoids or somoclonal embryos. Now at the last we will discuss hardening. Exposing the plantlets to the natural environment in a stepwise manner is known as hardening. Finally, the plantlets are gradually transferred to the soil. That is, once a plant tissue culture is completed in sterile condition on a nutrient medium, then that plant is transferred to the soil, and that transfer of plant from the growth medium to the soil is known as hardening. This is the end of lesson 8. In the coming lessons, we will discuss the remaining content. Thank you.